Kings and Queens, Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yours are well and you're loving yourself and all this like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you my team subscribers. You're loved, celebrated, and of course appreciated. I just want us to think critically today because there is a lot that we should think critically about. And I'm just going to roll in the informations. We listen to it and then we dissect as it goes.
It's no coincidence that whenever in 1867, 2 years up from slavery, when in the halls of Congress, when they began to discuss whether or not they were going to allow black people to go to colleges and universities, the ruling on the floor was, we'll let them go to colleges and universities, but they can't come to ours. And when they go to theirs, any black college, there's 3 sciences that must never be taught to these slaves: the science of finance, the science of warfare, and the science of mating. See, 2 sides of mating. One is picking a spouse, and the other is parenting the child that comes from that bond. Look at our problems right now. Finance. $1.3 trillion last 2 years out of 226 nations, 8th richest nation in the world. But we don't have anything that we can call our own. You got Spain with 47 million people. They brought in 637 or $728 billion. And we got double that. They got 47 million people with a 208,000 square mile land mass, and they got their own everything. And we can't even come to one community and find anything that we own other than beauty shops, barber shops, and barbecue restaurants. Something wrong. We got dollars, but we need some sense. So finance, we didn't learn. Then you have the science of warfare. We kill only each other.
Here you are memorizing all capital cities in Africa. Someone in Japan is learning how can we make a radiator which lasts long in this kind of vehicle at grade 7. Here you are learning present and past presidents of all African countries. You are memorizing what is the Commonwealth. Hey, what is the what? And then they reward you. After grade 9, they accuse you of being intelligent because you have remembered what they wanted you to remember.
They accuse you because that's not true.
No. I mean, someone who can't sell in a shop, where is the intelligence? Someone who can't grow their own food, where is the intelligence? Someone who can't make his own bed, but you got 500 in grade 9, where is the intelligence? I mean, if your intelligence is judged by how much you can remember and not by how much you can do, then you are stupid. If you ask us about religion, religion is a cancer. Religion is a disease. That is why the poorest people are in church. And if you're talking about Africa, we are the only continent where people have to be converted. Other continents have to convert you. So they convert you and your resources. I have said it repeatedly that, look, there's no way people can come from one continent carrying the same Bible, looking the same, representing different churches. You cannot come here divided and preach. You cannot. Then you have an agenda. But you cannot come here carrying the same Bible which preaches unity, and you, the carriers of the Bible, are divided. Chikuni, you are telling them be Catholic. You are in Rosango, we are SDA. This is what SDAs do. You guys look the same. They're coming from the same country, same continent, same Bible, believing in the same Jesus. So I said you've got to be patient. Where did they kill us? And that is very critical. If you look at the Bible, there is no better business book in the world. You can read all your Kiyosaki's you want. You can read your Trumps. You can read your Chibambaganyama. Yes. You can read the Musharika books. You can read. There is, each of these writers will get back to the Bible because the business owner of this world is the owner of that book.
So the Bible is not the problem.
No. The problem is, you think the Bible is a handbook for entering heaven. Yeah. The Bible is a handbook for living on earth.
For living on earth. So
yes, there is enough human, or not human resource. There is enough resource in heaven to do heavenly work.
That's it.
Human beings should do everything.
That's why you have people in parliament making laws. What laws are they making? So for me, it's about, let's change the curriculum. Let's find relevance in the environment that we live in. And for me, I would even add to say, the education system should be according to the place where you are.
Yeah.
It should be contextual.
Yes. If we are going to Luapula, let's deal with the issue in Luapula and educate the people with fish and everything else. When we go to Chinsali, let's teach them how to grow Nakonde rice. Let's grow the rice and package it and make money out of it. Because look, Soma, education system is economical.
Yeah.
You should be educated for economics.
Yeah.
not to have heads and papers. No, for what?
The education of a person tells the economy, or the education of a particular society tells the economic situation of that society. This is a fact, because education and economy works hand in hand. If people are educated the right way to utilize what is in their immediate environment and surroundings, there will be no poverty. And this is why they control our education. They make us learn things that are not important, things that won't make us think fast. Just look into China. Little children at the breast. Children at the breast know how to produce things. But then you come to Africa, an old man of over 30 years don't even know how to do that which the little child at the breast do in China. I'm just giving you this illustration to tell you how far we have been destroyed by colonization. Your Majesties, they have upper power on our finance because they have upper power on our education. For a fact. And it's because they have upper power on our education that they have upper power on warfare and mating. Because all these are from education. We keep saying it here sometimes that the kind of partner you choose as African, as melanated, you have to be careful of who you end up with. Not just for your own satisfaction, but for the future of the melanated community. There was a time that they had to just normalize these interracial marriages. I think I've been talking about that here a few times. I've talked about that a few times here, rather. Where there will be a time they will normalize it everywhere on the internet to see melanated men marrying other races, or other races marrying melanated women. They make it so beautiful, so nice. But there was a time that it wasn't like that. Now, we are not marrying within the race. We are not keeping the culture within. We are, it's just like you watering down that which you have. And all this is through education. Oh, love have no boundary. Love does not know color. Love kiniko. They tell you just go out. That's civilization. It shows how civilized you are to end up with another person from another race. But there was a time that I never allowed theirs, people from their own race, marry a melanated man or woman. They were only doing it hiddenly, where their kings were having melanated women as mistresses. And were having children by these melanated women. So, you see the way the world is evolving. When a melanated community want to stand up for her right, they tell you that that is bad. They begin to quote parts of the Bible for you. Religion. So after they do all they do, they tie your legs and your hand with religion. As children of God, you don't retaliate. But look at the chosen children of a God that all of you Africans worship. You see the way they are bombarding each other with bombs and deadly weapons. But if it is you that want to retaliate and pay back the evil done to you as African countries, they tell you, children of God, don't pay back. And then you crawl back. But they have forgotten that they are children of God. They have forgotten that they were the angels thrown from heaven. Because they say they were angels now. When the young lady asks, where do white people truly come from? They say they are angels from heaven. Angels from heaven killing each other, spilling blood left, right, center.
The education system we have in Africa is an education that teaches us how to use white man manufactured properties to solve our own problem, and not how to create those things to solve the problem for ourselves. For instance, if you go to a Nigerian average medical today, a Nigerian hospital, you see in a complete hospital facility the surgical knife that the doctor is going to use to carry out an operation, the glove, the sterilized water, everything from beginning to end, the syringe, the needle, all are imported from outside Nigeria and comes available to the doctor. So the doctor is only on how to use those materials. It simply means that should in case Nigeria have to fight a war today with America or China, they don't even need to come and start fighting you militarily. All they can just do is to stop the supply of those. Stop supplying them needles, stop supplying them gloves, stop supplying them surgical knife. You just find out that automatically your medical doctor becomes helpless because his own knowledge stop at utilization of those equipment to solve problems. But the origin of education is education that begins the creation of those elements or those equipment before you begin to utilize. Because in the face of war, we don't ask you whether you know how to use it. We ask you how your availability of creating those things. And so today in Africa, we have been availed an education that galvanizes the energy of the youth and focuses them on pursuing just memory and not pursuing solution of creation of the problems facing their environment. We are not yet facing our environment in Africa. We are facing education. We are facing book. And unfortunately, written books and written exams don't solve problems in our society. And so education becomes one of the biggest problems in Africa because through this system or through this mechanism, we have continually graduated over thousands of young boys every year from the university who come out and they become helpless before the face of the society because they have no single solution they can offer to the society. You see somebody, he said he studied pharmacist. In the company where he's working, all he's doing is receiving drugs, mixing the drugs together, and then selling it to the public. But all the drugs from beginning to end come from India. You come to talk about the paracetamol powder, the ibuprofen, everything comes out from outside Nigeria to him. All he knows is now to just sit down there and be selling those drugs for people. And the next thing that pharmacist began is to start getting jealous that there is another young guy out there who didn't study pharmacy and that person is selling the same drug he's selling. His anger is not that he has much more better knowledge than the person. His anger is that guy didn't have certificate that he had. So the ego was built for certificate.
I just felt like showing this with you today or showing this to you today. Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section. I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always your majesties. Bye for now.